Cloudcast Media.
Drew Schlosberg Spotlight on the Community Show, amplifying the voices of social impact organizations, entrepreneurs, local nonprofits, and other community champions who shape the culture, creativity, and connectivity of San Diego. Brought to you by Mission Fed Credit Union, bringing good things to San Diego for over 60 years. Learn more about what is good for you and good for all by visiting www.missionfed.com.
I'm Drew Schlosberg with Cloudcast Media, and we are so thrilled to have with us in the studio today Dr. Ashanti Hands. She is the president of the San Diego Mesa College. How you doing there, Ashanti?
I am wonderful. Very excited to be here to speak with you all and to share some good news about San Diego Mesa College.
We're looking forward to it. Joined by my co-host, Kristen Fogel. She is the executive director of San Diego Writers Inc. They're celebrating their 20th anniversary this year in Liberty Station. And you've had a whole bunch of cool things going on, and you got a big event on October 10. Is that correct?
We do. We have just, July was really slow, and then just kabam, we have all these events coming up. So October 10th is the 20th anniversary celebration. Everyone is welcome to attend. It's just a $20 donation. It's at the Lightbox Theater at Liberty Station where we're located. So yeah, come on out, food, drink.
Is there a program? Are people going to?
So I wanted to keep it light on the program because really writing is a lonely profession. So we just wanted to get folks together for the most part. So we have a few speakers lined up, but it will be light on speaking, heavy on merriment.
Well, merriment is always good.
Well, there you go. I'm glad that you approved, Drew.
Very, very, very good.
Yeah.
Why don't you kick us off, Kristen, with a question for Ashanti?
Yes. Let's just talk about the mission of Mesa College.
Well, one of the things that I love when we think about our mission is actually our vision that we all speak to, right? And our vision is to be the leading college of equity and excellence.
Nice.
And that is a huge, audacious goal, right? But it is one that points us in the right direction every day and for the last 60 years because we're celebrating
That's right.
our
Congrats.
60th anniversary.
Amazing.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
But that is what you will see when you come to campus.
Mm-hmm.
You'll see it on the walls. That is what you will feel in our programs, our events, our activities, the people that we hire. Is equity and excellence. It's at the core of what we do.
Yeah.
So how would you measure that? When you say you want to be the most diverse and all that business, is it by ethnicity? Is it by the types of classes you offer? Is it by the faculty you have? Is it the students? Is it by the community? All of the above?
Yes, the answer is yes to everything.
Right.
And so for us, equity really is about making sure that we are able to see our students, that we meet them where they are, and that we understand who they are, who they want to become, and then remove barriers. So we're not treating every student the same. And so what that means is that it's the spaces that we create on campus. So traditionally, you will come on campus and there are spaces for veterans because we know that veterans have unique needs. But we also know that our LGBTQ population has special needs. So we have a Pride Center. It also means that we know that our former foster youth or current foster youth have special needs. So we have space for them. Those students who are formerly incarcerated, they have special needs. So it is a way of us to see our students and to create the conditions that matter for them to succeed. And then what we plan with that is that we expect for them to be more persistent, more resilient, to have higher graduation rates, greater sense of belonging. So that's where you see it. But it's woven again into the programs, into the people, and everything that we do.
Well, listen, I as a product of a community college a billion years ago, this is it's not a secret. Community colleges have been great in California for many, many years, but it is the best value you are ever going to get.
Absolutely.
The faculty is usually just off the charts.
Yes.
They understand everything you just said, Ashanti. Certainly it's affordable. Affordable is in the eye of the beholder. We all know that.
Yes, but $46 a unit, I would say that's affordable.
It's affordable, exactly. And then you're going to get this almost personal one-on-one attention from the faculty and that's not to sit there and disparage my former university. But, I think you get that attention, which is great. So you guys started on the 19th of August.
Yes.
And I think we were talking before the show started. Enrollment is up.
Enrollment is up. We are up over 14% the same time last year. Thank you. And we've been seeing double-digit growth throughout our district for the past couple of years. And so right now we're at about 20,000 students that are taking classes on campus. By the end of the year, we expect to serve 30,000 unique and individual students at Mesa College. And so we are excited. We still have a variety of ways for people to take classes. They can always come in person. They can do online, synchronous, asynchronous. There's so many ways to get involved. I just bumped into a student the other day who is taking a full load online asynchronous, which means that he can take his classes anytime he wants, anywhere. But he's like, when I'm here, I'm here.
Yeah.
So I'm taking these classes online, but from the library, because he loves the community, the environment, the space that we create.
Right. Before I turn it back over to Kristen, of the 20,000, how many are full-time? How many are part-time?
So about 25% of our students are full-time. The majority of our students are part-time students. Right. These are returning students. These are students who have families, who have jobs, who are caretakers. And so the majority are part-time, but we do have a San Diego Promise program. And so for those who are able to commit to attending full-time, we will pay for your fees for the first 2 years. We will give you book vouchers. We will give you tutors and support and wraparound services. And so we really want to encourage people to do full-time because we know that we can get you in and then we can get you closer to your goals, right? In a timely fashion. But we know that a majority of students are part-time. So we also extend services to our part-time students as well through our promise.
Can you make a promise to me to keep that program for 12 years until my son enters school so like he could take advantage of that? That's amazing.
That promise exists.
That would be fantastic.
Yes. It is on record. We're talking to Dr. Ashanti Hands. She is the president of San Diego Mesa College. I'm Drew Schlosberg. You're listening to another edition of Drew Schlosberg Spotlight on the Community Show. We are the nation's longest running community podcast, now in our 18th year, brought to you by the very cool folks at Mission Fed Credit Union for more than 6 decades, just doing great things for people living in San Diego County, joined by my co-host, Kristen Fogel. She is the executive director of San Diego Writers, Inc., celebrating their 20th anniversary this year. Kristen?
Yeah, I have so many questions, but I want to give a shout out to MESA too, because MESA has made a big impact in our lives as well. So my husband went to SDSU, was kind of rolling around in his career and just, not loving it. So, right before the pandemic, I know Alessandra and her gallery program,
amazing.
her museum studies program. And so, introduced him to that, and he just went through it and has had so many opportunities. He worked for Alessandra for, about a year or two at the gallery, and now he's full-time at the Fleet Museum. And
that's a beautiful story.
It's just such an incredible program. So if anybody doesn't know about the museum studies program, if you're interested in art and like working at one of those institutions, which it's hard to get into a Balboa institution, MESA is an excellent way to do that. So just want to sing all your praises.
Right. Thank you for elevating that story. I cannot agree more. And we have incredible, as you mentioned, art gallery on campus. And so that is a great way. We are always running exhibits. They are amazing. And we open them up to the community. And that would be a great way for you to see what it is that we do, but also to find out more about how you can actively be involved in studying and engaging and participating. So thank you for sharing that.
Yeah. I just had to, because MESA's just made a huge difference in our lives. So I had to.
I love that.
I'm curious about several things, but can you tell me about this anticipated launch of a second baccalaureate?
Yes,
so you have first, tell me about the first, tell me about the second, tell me about all the things.
We have a baccalaureate degree in health information management. And I'm proud to say that San Diego Mesa College was one of the first to launch. It was 15 schools throughout the state of California that were able to pilot a program. So we were the first to get ours off the ground. So students can get a degree in health information management. They can pay a total of $10,000 for their bachelor's degree.
Wow.
and upon completion can leave with jobs that are starting at nearly $100,000. And most of our students are leaving debt-free, and nearly all of them are placed and employed and working. And so we are so proud of this program and the space that it has created. We have there's great diversity in the program. So we know that we are preparing people for a field that pays a living wage, and that people are going to see diverse people in those fields. So we have that. That program is going strong. And last year we received provisional approval for a second baccalaureate, and this one will be a physical therapy assistant. And so it takes a little while for the processes to play out. There's certain steps that we have to take, but we are confident that we will receive news this year that we'll be able to start offering the program next year.
I think one of the things that makes community college experience just so phenomenal, besides the fact it's diverse, it's inclusive, it's welcoming, everything that you really want. It's actually holistic. You got sports, you've got everything.
Yes, speak on it.
You got everything on this aspect of it. It's certainly a welcoming environment as well. But you folks are laser beamed and working very closely with groups like the EDC, the Chamber of Commerce, the Workforce Partnership on, okay, this is all fine and dandy, but here are the jobs that are going to be in our region, okay? And we want to focus on a course of study that addresses those sectors that, you're going to want to major in it. And then as soon as you graduate, where did the jobs go? My goodness, it's not there anymore. Talk about how important that is to work in that space with those organizations that say these are going to be the jobs of the future.
It's incredibly important. And one of our strongest partnerships throughout the state is with our strong workforce. And so there's a lot of research, there's a lot of data. Our region is very collaborative. We work very well together so that we can say, what are those jobs? What are the areas? Perhaps you can focus here, you can focus there, so that our students have a wide range of choices to choose from. And one of the things that is absolutely beautiful about us is that we're able to pivot. Like, we're able to say, okay, this is what the need is, and we can quickly create programs and certificates and partner with the community in ways that it might be difficult for a four-year institution to be able to meet those dynamic needs. And so we are so focused in that area. We are so focused on making sure that our students have work experience while they're in school. We are committed to paid internships. We actually have a program called MESA Impactship. And so what we say is that go ahead, if you have an internship and it's not paid, you be a part of this program and we'll pay you.
Wow.
And the great thing is that we pay you, but we surround you with information so that you understand the impact of the work that you're doing, so that you can tell the story about how you have contributed and grown, so that when you are applying for school or for other jobs, you are fully able to embrace and understand the value and the benefit of the placement. And so we are very much committed. We have another program that's a Small Business Virtual Incubator. So we know that many of our students are entrepreneurs, but they don't have that social capital. And so we put you in this program, semester-long program, and we're partnering you with people from industry in the community who have proven to be successful, and they will work on you with your business plan. They will work on you with your finance. They will help you to market and repack. And now you have individuals on your speed dial that you can call up that prior to this experience, you would not have known where to go. And we will also give you funds to support your business. So we are trying to make sure that we create space for the jobs that matter in our community. And then we also create space for the innovation and brilliance of our students who have new products and services that our community needs.
Yeah, I mean, listen, this interview can go for 7 hours and we won't even...
Let's do it. Let's do it.
No. Marathon.
You're going to rue the day you said that. I'm going to have you back on a weekly
He'll do
basis.
it. He will do it.
No, I will do it. We come back from break, Ashanti. I want to talk about so many things, dual enrollment with the K-12 schools. I want to talk about the partnerships you have. I'm going to brag a little bit about an organization I've been involved with since 1997, Classroom of the Future Foundation, that is in the wheelhouse of what you folks do, focusing on college and career pathways. And so forth, and all this, and leading to jobs. And then I know Kristen has a whole bunch of questions for you when we return with Dr. Ashanti Hands. She is the president of San Diego Mesa College. I'm Drew Schlosberg. You're listening to another edition of Drew Schlosberg Spotlight on the Community Show. We are the nation's longest running community podcast, now in our 18th year, brought to you by the fine folks of Mission Fed Credit Union for 6 decades, just doing great things people living in San Diego County. We will be right back.
When you do your banking with Mission Fed, you get great rates on auto and home loans. That's good for you, but something good also happens for a lot of other people. We're not for profit, so we put money back into the community to help lots of great nonprofits to keep San Diego strong. So you're not just getting something good, you're doing something good. Come to Mission Fed. It's banking that's good for all.
Brand amplification is the DNA of Cloudcast Media, and our code is the powerful blending of sound, voice, and storytelling to lift local brands and their communities. Whether it is our Brandcast, Schoolcast, or Causecast platforms, the unifying ethos is all about this community, the one you call home. If you dare to dream and want to explore the brand amplification of Cloudcast, a national leader in local podcasting and other Winfluence strategies, please visit us at cloudcast.us.
I'm Drew Schlosberg of Cloudcast Media. You're listening to another edition of Drew Schlosberg Spotlight on the Community Show. We're brought to you by Mission Fed Credit Union, broadcasting from this very cool studio in the Scripps Ranch. So honored to have in the studio with us today, making her very first Spotlight on the Community appearance, and I will guarantee you, far from her last, is Dr. Ashanti Hands, president of San Diego Mesa College, joined by my very, very wonderful co-host, Kristen Fogel. She is the executive director of San Diego Writers, Inc. They're celebrating their 20th anniversary in Liberty Station. They got a big shindig on October 10th. Go look at the website, and people are invited to enjoy that experience. Kristen, other questions you have for Dr. Hands?
Oh, all day long. I want to go back to the spaces. So one, I just want to say geographically where you're located, for those that don't know, I feel like is brilliant because it's basically in the middle of San Diego. So I assume you get people from just all over.
Yes.
But let's zero in on some of those spaces that you were talking about in the beginning, because I'm reading some more that I want some information about. So like the new Parent Center,
Yes.
you have a meditation garden,
Yes.
you have wellness vending machines.
We do.
Can you tell me about any of those things?
Yes,
Because they
I
sound
can
fabulous.
tell you about all of them. I'll try
Okay.
to keep it short. But again, I think it's so important, the space that we create, so that when students come onto campus, that they can see themselves reflected, that they know that someone was waiting and preparing for them to arrive. And so a couple of really cool spaces that we have: a parent resource center located on campus. 22% of our students are student parents. And they've often felt like this invisible population, right? Because they get to a class at 9 o'clock and no one has any idea that they had to get 2 kids off to school, pack lunches, catch the bus, do all of these things. And so we're excited because this space is located on the first floor of our library, our Learning Resource Center. Now, can you imagine the shift in times for a library to say, yes, bring your kids.
Right.
Have food, have spaces where, people can be. And so we're very excited about that. And we recently received a national seal from Generation Hope Family U because we committed to serving in a cohort for 2 years to be intentional about the services that we provide for our student parents. So from policy to people to places, we have been intentional about seeing our student parents to make sure they have space. So we're very excited about that. We have a meditation garden that opened up on campus, which is just a beautiful space for our students to go, to just be, to belong, to become, which is the tagline that our chancellor uses very often. And so we love that. We have a garden trail that people can take around campus. So we're coterminous with the canyons. And so we really like to build that into what it is that we do. So our students are able to go into that place. Vending wellness machine, students can come in and get free over-the-counter supplies through a wellness machine. It's digital. So not only will you get the whatever it is that you need, you'll also get some health information about how to properly take things. So it could be anywhere from the morning after pill to Tylenol to feminine products. And then there are some things that are at cost but very low. And so we were able to partner with the state of California to pilot this program. And so again, one of the first to be able to bring this service to our students. So we're finding ways to remove barriers. We're finding ways to relax our students, to help them see who they are. And again, so that they can find and follow their purpose, feel loved, seen, supported in so many ways inside and outside of the classroom.
No, I think that's fantastic. We chatted right before break about dual enrollment.
Yes.
And for those folks who don't know what that means, is a community college, maybe a 4-year school, but mainly a community college will partner with a school. And you go to your high school, and when you finish your high school, you've actually got an AA degree or something to that effect. Can you explain that?
So it is a wonderful opportunity. So there are several ways. You'll hear it referred as dual enrollment, and that's our biggest dual enrollment program is actually where our faculty go into the high schools and teach college classes on the high school campus. These are college classes by college professors, but students are able to do well, one, because it's an environment that is familiar to them, right? There's support systems that are built into it. And our dual enrollment programs are really focused on those, not the top performing students, because we know they're going to find their way, right? Yeah. But these are those students that, in fact, their teachers, their counselors are looking, saying, we see something in you. And we believe that if you can develop this pattern of college-going culture, that you will go on, that you will have higher graduation, higher persistence. It's free. Did I mention how much it costs? It's free, right? And so you are absolutely correct. I just watched a wonderful video about a young lady who is taking our dual enrollment program at Kearney, and she's doing it in her digital media program. And so there were classes that we offered there, but she's so motivated and inspired that she is also now taking courses required for the certificate. So when she graduates this spring, she is going to begin, our ceremony is before theirs. So before she graduates from high school, she's going to participate in our graduation ceremony and have a certificate and a high school degree within a very short amount of time. And she will be able to use that in a variety of ways. So this opens doors for students. It creates this understanding that all students can go to college. And so for us to be able to do that, we also have students who participate and they will come on our classes and take classes. So they're not a part of a cohort in a program, but we'll do that. We have a Met High School on our campus. They will take dual enrollment, and it's one of our fastest growing programs. And again, it's designed to be an equity initiative, something that will remove barriers for people who did not think it was possible. We say, yes, it is, and yes, you can, and we will support you through that. It is one of our greatest programs.
Yeah, it's so exciting. And, it really hits, again, the vision and the mission of the Classroom of the Future Foundation, because it's not college or career, it's college and career.
I love it.
And 100%. And your choice if you want to go to college. You want to make sure that you're taking the courses that if you decide to go, you've done those courses.
Yes.
And now just imagine that, Kristen. Here you are, you're 18, you've gone to Kearney High or whatever
my niece is doing a program like this through Pierce College in LA. She loves it.
Wonderful.
She's going into her junior year, loves it. Yeah.
It's amazing. Now, on the other hand, before I turn it back over to Kristen for a question or two, can they take a Kearney High student, take a class at Mesa College?
Yes, they can. Okay. And so you will hear words used, we will interchange them for dual enrollment, our CCAP programs, et cetera. So yes, we all in our district have feeder high schools throughout San Diego. So if you're in our area, we are partnering with you, we're doing outreach with you, and we have dual enrollment programs set up with you. So all of the schools that are in our area have this opportunity. So students, you have this opportunity throughout San Diego. So if you are not aware about it, students, parents, ask at your school, because this opportunity is available. And at any time in a student's high school career, they can take a class on a college campus. And they are there, they're blending in. Nobody knows how old you are, where you're from. You are a college student on a college campus. And so you can do it either way.
Yeah, that is absolutely such an unbelievably wonderful opportunity. And I really do encourage, like Dr. Hands is saying, people take advantage of it. We're chatting with Dr. Ashanti Hands, excuse me, she's the president, San Diego Mesa College. I'm Drew Schlosberg. You're listening to another edition of Drew Schlosberg Spotlight on the Community Show, the nation's longest running community podcast. We're now in our 18th year, brought to you by Mission Fed Credit Union for 60 years, just doing great things, whether it's in food insecurity, whether it's in literacy, whether you pick a topic, they're involved in it. Joined by my co-host, Kristen Fogel, the executive director of San Diego Writers Inc. Kristen.
Yeah. So we got to chat a little bit, beforehand about how you found your way to MESA, through UCSD and everything. But I wonder if you could take us back just even before that. Did you always know that you were going to do this sort of work, and kind of talk to us a little bit about your path? Because I love what you're doing. I want to be with you when I grow up, but
Each other.
So yeah, I just want to, how did you kind of get here?
As I reflect over my experience, and I've had the opportunity to think about this many times, I could trace back to fourth grade when I had a very early experience that really was unsettling to me. And I think even as a fourth grader, I didn't have words for it, but I just kind of felt like, what is happening here? Something feels different. And at the time, I was bused. I don't know if anybody remembers being bused, but they took our entire fourth grade class, which was from low middle class Black community. In Inglewood, yeah. And then they bused us. So we got on a bus early in the morning, and then we went to a predominantly white upper class area, and we were there for the whole year. And so one day they were asking questions. What do you guys think about your experience? And we loved it. We thought it was great. The resource, the campus, the people. And so I asked the question, what do your students think about my school? And the response was, we didn't send anybody to your school. And there was just this feeling like, well, what is it that you thought we needed to see, but that no one thought that where we came from was worth seeing or engaging, participating.
Yeah.
It was unsettling to me.
Yeah.
And so there was an opportunity that following year, sixth grade, to participate in that same program. It wasn't mandatory, had the choice to go. And so I went back and I was like, I wonder what happens when it's not a full program, when it's just a few of us here. What's the reaction and response? And the decision was, in order to get involved and engaged, me and my two friends said, somebody has to get into leadership, right? This is what we're talking about at sixth grade. Only one of us will probably win. Let's figure out how we back. And ended up being involved in Associated Students and leadership and doing all kinds of things. And it felt good to be a part of something. And I can trace it then to going to Inglewood and having that same feeling of being unsettled. And when I looked around, I could just see that there were inequities. I didn't have the word for it, and it felt like it was rooted in economics, that it was rooted in race, and I couldn't figure it out. It was very simple, but it made me want to do things, made me get involved in specific programs. It made me, and it led me to UC San Diego to be an undergraduate. And so when I get in this huge, amazing space, it felt unsettling at times, but I remembered, you can do this. Like, there is support, there are resources, there are things that will help you find yourself and your space in this world. And so for me, for the longest time, I feel like I had to create my own conditions that mattered to succeed academically. But there was some point in my career where I realized that wasn't just for me, like, that's my life calling. And so that's what I'm dedicated and committed to, is creating the conditions that matter for our students to succeed. And I love doing it at Mesa College.
Well, listen, you absolutely exude that, certainly that joy for what you do, to say the least, in this aspect of it. And, we always ask this question of our guests. We've been doing that for 18 years. What can our listeners do to help support the great work you're doing at San Diego Mesa College?
Oh, there's so many things. One, you can spread the word, right? The story that you shared about your husband, right? The stories that we're sharing about how people can actively engage and participate in this high quality, low-cost education that is meeting the needs of our students and our community, right? So tell the story. Let people know that community colleges are an option. They're not a backup option. They are a viable first choice to be able to go somewhere and to grow in community and to transfer or to work or to do whatever it is that they want to do. There's so many magical things happen. So tell the story and then come visit our campus. I don't know. Your husband sounds like he was there recently.
Yeah.
Beautiful campus. It is an absolutely beautiful campus. And so come visit, see it, feel. It's like one of those things that you have to experience with all of your senses, right? But other ways to figure out how it is that we can help make our environment better. We have a measure on the ballot that is going to be Measure HH. We think of it as Hope and Help, right? On the ballot. And this is a $3.5 billion facilities bond. We still have a lot of unmet needs for our students. Some of the spaces where our students are learning are not conducive to what the industry needs. And we need better spaces for our students to live, to grow, and to become. And so we would love for people to educate themselves about the bond measure. Again, figure out how it is that we can support our students. So I say, tell somebody, be about it. We have space for everyone. So no matter what age range, there are classes, lifelong learning, high school, you name it. We have room for everyone. So I would just encourage people to open up, to learn more, and to figure out what is the best way for them to engage, because we guarantee that there is an entry point for everyone.
Yeah, and not only an entry point, an exit point too. And I think one of the things that you folks do such a good job and really hits in the wheelhouse of groups like the EDC, Economic Development Corporation, is let's keep our finest students in San Diego County.
Mm-hmm. I'm clapping.
And yes, there's a little bit of a clap over there. Because you prepared them to do these jobs, whether it's health information, whether it's pick a topic in this area, whether it's cyber or hitting those key sectors. And nothing wrong about people wanting to go back east, but we want to keep them here. We want to keep the talent here. Talk about how important that is.
It is important because we have needs here in our community, right? And so we want to educate people, and we want them to go back in their community to meet the needs, to help us identify what those new needs are. And so all that we are doing is to support San Diego, right? Mm-hmm. Is to support the needs that we have here, the talent that we have here. And we know that many of our students are place bound. It's not easy to pick up and pack up a family and move, up north or out of state. Sure. And so our students want to be here, right? And so we believe in the power of community, of our San Diego community. And when we are educating students and releasing them into the world, we want them to reflect our community, right? And so it is so important for our students to be able to stay here, which is why we're doing those bachelor's degrees, which is why we are making sure that we are responding to the needs, the industry needs that are located. We love our family.
Well, listen, we're just getting started, Dr. Hands, on this, and can't thank you enough. I know you're drinking out of a fire hose, as you guys, all the presidents of the community colleges are doing. So thank you for spending some time with us. You guarantee you're going to get an email from me, maybe by the end of the day, to say, here are some other dates for you to come back in. Bring in one of your colleagues, bring in a teacher. Love to have a student come in that has benefited from it, and would love to make a commitment to you to come in Mesa College at least once a quarter and to talk about. I mean, you could come in every day and still wouldn't even come close to it, but really talk about some of those things. What's the website if people want to learn more about San Diego Mesa College?
We are sdmesa.edu, so sdmesa.edu. You can type in San Diego Mesa. It'll pop up. We'd love to see you online. We'd love to see you in person. We would love to serve and support you.
Well, thank you so much. And full disclosure, Dr. Hands and I are, board members, the Junior Achievement, and proud board members on this. I may even try to get you involved with the Classroom of the Future Foundation. What a delight to see you again. Thank you for all the great work you're doing, and we'll look forward to having you make a return appearance.
Thank you so much for having me. You all are awesome.
I appreciate that. Dr. Ashanti Hands, president of the San Diego Mesa College. I'm Drew Schlosberg. You've been listening to another edition of Drew Schlosberg Spotlight on the Community Show. We are the nation's longest running community podcast, now in our 18th year. Brought to you by Mission Fed Credit Union. Once again, Kristen Fogel, I'm just so proud to have you as my co-host.
Pleasure is mine. Thanks for having me.
Appreciate it. We hope everybody enjoyed the interview.
You've been listening to an episode of Drew Schlosberg's Spotlight on the Community Show, amplifying the voices of social impact organizations, entrepreneurs, local nonprofits, and other community champions who shape the culture, creativity, and connectivity of San Diego community. Brought to you by Mission Fed Credit Union, bringing good things to San Diego for over 60 years. Learn more about what is good for you and good for all by visiting www.missionfed.com.
Cloudcast Media.